Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Emmanuel, and I'm a teacher and a software developer. I have made this software for school management, which I want to present right now. It's a very good software which can handle all the activities of a school. You can just sign in. When you sign in, you have a registration panel right here, which can handle registration of students, subjects, employees, and classes. Then you have evaluation right here, which can be used to input marks, course review, and analyze results, and then report cards. So we'll start with the registration. Here we have a form up here that we can fill. If I just double click here, it will bring in some information to that form. So you can edit the students information directly by just changing this. If you double click, it comes up here. You just change whatever thing you want to change, but you cannot change this number, this matricle number. Once you create the assign a matricle number to a student, you can no longer change it. Then we have this finance details here. There's a photo here that you can add. Then there's a finance section here that you can select whether the student will pay fees or PTA, whatever thing that the student is supposed to pay. You choose there when you are creating the student, and when you are done, you save that student and proceed. It clears the form and you proceed to create the next student. You can also do promotion of students by just changing their class here. You just change and send to the next class and save. That student is already in the next class, but there is an update that will promote based on the class average. There's a batch promotion also that you can just select a range of students and then you press a button and push them to the next class. And a lot of new things that we are bringing up in the updated version. So we have a subject here, the subject panel here that you can register, fill this about a subject, the title, the code, and assign a teacher to that subject, the coefficient, priority, and maybe the category of the subject, and then you save. There's an expert zone here that you can still create subjects, all the subjects for the class at once, like you are creating and you are seeing it directly. So if I can just start creating the next subject down here, and I fill this information and I save and close. You can also, there are two ways that you can create subjects. Employees, you just have to also populate this table, this form here, and then you save. We have a department, which is important, the name of the employee, the address, and then any other thing about the employee, you put it, and then you save it too. Then we have classes right here. That is, you can create your classes. You are creating your classes. It's good that you assign the school fee and the tuition for that class, because it will reflect on the fee situation of that child. This is what the child will pay. Every student in that class will pay for that academic year. And when you are done, you save. Then we go now to the evaluation zone. Here we have marks input, which you can just select the academic year, select the class, then you select a subject, and you input the marks. If you take first term, it will open the first term mark sheet, which has first and second sequence. This is third and fourth sequence. We input, we say 15, take enter, 13, 17, 9. If I put something that is above 20, you see they will refuse, because the system takes marks just between 0 and 20 to prevent errors on the system when filling marks. And then we have the course review section here, which you can use to check the subjects that a student has registered, and maybe you want to add or drop some subjects, you can use this one to do that. Then we have a result analysis here that you can select academic year, you select a class, then you select an exam. There are first sequence, second sequence, first term, all the exams that you have. You can choose the one that you want, and then you submit, and you will have the broadsheet. The broadsheet shows the detailed results of the students. That's the student average, the papers written, papers passed, percentage passed, and the marks of the students in every subject. You can see right there, and you can send it to the printer. This is the printer. This is a print preview. If I just zoom in a bit, you can see it's ready for printing with your school letterhead above there. And if I just move to the last page, I want to show you something cool. On the last page, you have the subject analysis down here, which shows the total number of students that have passed a particular subject, total number of students that wrote a subject, total number of students that passed, and the percentage passed per subject would display here, and the class average would display right there. So that is that for result analysis. And then we have report cards here. We can choose the academic year too. We choose a class, that's MBC2. And if you choose a student here, it will print the report card only for that student. But if you take the whole class like this and then you open the report card, just take second term, you will see the report card is showing the, let me zoom in a bit. No, that is too big. We have there are 3 zones. We have general subjects with their sub-average, we have professional subjects with their sub-average, and then we have other subjects with their own sub-average. That's how the technical school report cards looks like, typical report card. And then we have grand totals down here for the sub-1, sub-2, sub-3. And then we have first term average, second term average, and the class average. This is because this is second term report card. And if we would have opened third term report card, you will see, if we come again down here, you see now we now have first term average, second term average, annual average, third term average, annual results, and third term results. So sometimes some schools might decide to promote based on annual results. So the average is there and the position is there, and the class average is also there, which can be used at the level of decision making. Okay, so we have another design here for the classic design. I call it the classic design because it's very summarized. You can see it's summarized. These sections, they are there, but you don't have those sub averages and so on. Then down here we have, it's also very summarized. Down here we have the first term average on the second term report card, and on the third term report card we have first term average, second term average, annual position, and class council decision. So that is it for the package for academics. This is the one that the teachers will use. That's the dean of studies or whoever is in charge of examinations and all that. Then the secretary will be using this registration section to maybe register students and so on. And then the dean of studies will be the one to be allowed to use this section here. But we could not bring in the finance on here because finance has nothing to do with examination. So we separate them so that each person is seeing what concerns that person. So I will just take some few minutes in the next video to present the finance package. So thank you very much for listening, and stay tuned.